Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. In this video, I'm going to be setting up and hand lettering the week of September 19th through the 25th in my big, lovely letters planner. We are on capital M week, and so in sticking with my trend for the second half of the year, M is for monsters. You know, it's not October yet, it's not Halloween yet, but oh my gosh, all the sticker shops, all the stores have had their Halloween stuff out. Halloween's probably one of my favorite holidays. So any excuse, I already do Halloween-ish spreads all through October, and M's not going to fall. M for monsters or mummies or whatever isn't going to fall in October. So any excuse, we're going for it. So we've got a couple of months we get to practice. We've got March and May, both start with M. So let's get started. I got this new Simply Gilded washi tape. This is from this year's part 1 of their Halloween collection, and I had to get this. She had this in pink and purple as well, but the black just screamed at Beetlejuice for me, which was one of my favorite monster movies, if you will. Funny little kid monster movies. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I still love it today. I love that song. Hey, hey. Hey, Sonora. I love that song. And this just says very clearly to me Beetlejuice. So this is going along the edges. And then I actually have a whole box of Halloween stickers that I just add to a little bit every year. And I went through it and I almost used the same ones I remember using for a spread last year. But then I found these and oh my gosh, they're all the little monsters, right? There's Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. We've got vampires, we've got witches, we've got werewolves, ghosts. I mean, a lot of my stickers had 1 or 2 monsters, and you could argue, is a ghost or is a ghost a monster, or both. I think ghosts are monsters. They're a subset of monsters. Anyway, I digress. I just thought this was so stinking cute. It's got lots of fun colors in it. My black and white washi tape will go with it. So I'm just going to sprinkle these around. I'm going to go ahead and get started while I'm talking to you. They're tiny, so it's going to take me a while. I'll probably use just about the whole sheet. But I'm going to sprinkle these all around. Oh, there are 2 sheets. Okay, cool. Sprinkle these up the center and across the top. I pulled this little... I got this several years ago from Michael's. They're tiny little stickers and post-it notes, Halloween themed, and I never use the post-it notes because they're like not sticky at all, but I figured I could use some of these as my bullet points. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I do have a link in the description box for $5 off a purchase of $15 or more from Simply Gilded if you sign up for their truly no spam newsletter, and I get that same coupon, the $5 off. So feel free to sign up for that. When you put a long run of washi tape on a page, don't pull it super tight. It will stretch. It's kind of invisible to the naked eye, but trust me, it stretches. And then as soon as you unstick it from your desk, it will contract back to its normal state and your page will curl. So feel free to fast forward or skip through this and get to the lettering portion if you want. But I mean, I fast forward this super fast, so it won't take very long anyway, and you can just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Excellent. Super cute. Lots and lots and lots of teeny tiny little stickers, but I love it. Okay, and we can use a black pen this week, so that'll be fun. Let's go ahead and write in our words. I'm just going to go ahead and use black. So we have capital M, of course. And then meds, and that could be a planner word for sure. Mobs. March, so our first month. Mop, again, a planner word. Could be on your to-do list. Magi. And May, our other month. So there we go. I'm going to pick some pens. I'll definitely pick a black or 2. I'm thinking maybe an orange and a green to go with. Maybe a purple. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm thinking black and orange and green definitely says Halloween to me, as well as fall. So I will zoom in and be right back. Okay, so here are my pens. I have the black Tombow Fudenosuke, firmest. I have the lighter of the two greens in the Weiss brand Ultra Color set. Slightly softer in my opinion. I have the Calligraphy in straight up orange, but it's a beautiful, vibrant, juicy orange. And then I have the Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen in the darkest of the purples, which is almost black, so I feel like it balances okay. So let's get started. So I had a wonderful suggestion from one of you after last week's practice where I was saying that I would, at some point, I would have a breakthrough on my S. I feel like I already did have a breakthrough on my F. So in order to keep it small, to get lots and lots of repetition, I'm going to drop the F, go back to ace, but add the S on the end. So we're going to do aces. I'm going to do aces now. So I'm heavy-handed. I'm going to start with my firmest pen and work my way to softest because it's easier and more natural for me to control the firmest pens. So start with the easy pen, work your way up to the hardest pen as you warm up. So this is the black. Tombow is the brand, the company, and Fudenosuke is the product line. So that is their small, firm brush tip pen. Next, I have the lighter of the two green Weiss brand. I believe that's the brand, and then Ultra Color, I think, is the product line. To me, these feel just a little bit softer than the Tombows and the Zebras. I think part of the reason I don't care for my S is because I feel like it's not slanted compared with the other letters. So, and I always forget to bring my connector up high. So I'm going to try just leaving my connector down low, which is more normal, but forcing the bottom part to be over far enough to touch it. And that is starting to give me, see here versus here, it's starting to make my S look like it's slanted in the same way that the rest of the letters are slanted. Because here I feel like I've got slant, 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 straight. But here I've got, they feel like they're all slanted. So, all right, enough about that. I only point that stuff out because I think maybe I'm not the only one struggling with a particular letter. All right, so next I've got the small end of the Calligraphy. And since we're all low, short, half height letters, I don't know what the technical term is, I'll go ahead and do the fat end like I used to do at the beginning of the year. I like it a little better. I definitely like my big part, my top part of my S to be way bigger than my bottom. I don't think I left myself enough room for this. We squeezed, we squished. It's tight. And then last but not least, I have the Pentel, that's the brand, the brush sign pen, Pentel Touch. Which is definitely, of the pens I'm using today, definitely the softest. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do our deep dive into our M. So they've got the lowercase m, which actually this one is a little different. I don't do this entry overturn. And no surprise here for the lovely letters font that they're helping you develop. They've got a very curly start to their M. And then somewhat narrow, pointy overturns here. So starting around midline, they're doing a light curl, fancy little curl to go into it, heavy down, light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down, and around. And the way they're curling in here, I don't think that's meant to be connected to, but I like to connect whenever I can. So anyway, there's the lovely letters M. All right. Next we have the Tombow. This is the free download from to go with their Fudenosuke pens, which are the pens that I use. I do have this linked in the description box. So here, as expected, the exact opposite, no swirlies, no curlies. Noticing how spaced out these are. It almost looks like a W with an extra hump at the end to me because it's so spaced out. But they're just starting it at the top line, heavy down, light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. So not worrying too much about making these two exactly the same, which gives it more of a bounce letter feel. But again, now, and I hope I didn't mess you guys up, but now that I've seen the W with the extra thing, that's all I can see. So, all right. Next, we've got the Crayola Calligraphy Rainbow book that I got from Dollar Tree. You can also get it using the link I have if you don't feel like going to your local Dollar Tree, or if you don't have one close by, you can get it off of Amazon. But it's only $1.50. I think they raised their prices at Dollar Tree. Should be $1.50 tree now. Anyway, all right. So starting where the dot is. So similar to the lovely letters, but just less swirl, less loopiness. So starting here, they're going near top line, they're going light up, heavy down, and then connected or not, light up, heavy down, and then a light up kind of a tail. So they are giving it a little bit below the baseline bounce letterness to it. Theirs are fatter, curvier, and less spaced out than the Fudenosuke. So a little curvier than the lovely letters. They have a sharper hump at the top. And definitely less, where'd it go? Oh, definitely less spread out. I'm not getting W vibes from this M like I did from the Fudenosuke M. So that's a good one there. Also noticing that their second hump does not go all the way to top line. It's almost like this one flirts with going right above. This one doesn't quite touch, and this one stops about halfway between the midline and the top line. So a definite slant there to those three curves. And then next I have the, this is the boxed Crayola calligraphy set that I happened to get. See Crayola there? That I happened to buy at Walmart. But I think I also have a link for this. It's been a while since I looked at the links because I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. But I think I have the link for this off of Amazon as well. So this is the first one we're seeing where they're not going overturn. They're almost doing underturn, which is similar to the entrance to the letters that I've been doing, basically developing my font. We're halfway through now. And I definitely want something that's going to go along with the letters I've already developed. So here they're starting at midline. They're doing a little bit of an underturn, light up, heavy down. This is interesting. They're only coming to midline for that middle hump. It is a little bit more spread out, but I find that very interesting that they're only coming to midline with that little hump. So that, I don't think I tried that last year. That might be something we just give one try. And as usual, I will probably know with one try if I like it or not. And then again, you can bounce down below or not if you're working on bouncy lettering. I tried a little bit of bounce lettering. If you're wondering what bounce lettering is, that's Heather Kell's lettering style. I did my very, very last lesson at the end of 2021. So if you want to go see it, I talked about what it is, how to develop it. For me, I'm not working on my bounce lettering because to me it just looks messy, but I think that'll come with time. I'm not bored with this first set of letters yet. I don't feel like I'm done working on it, so I'm not really ready to add more complication, more stuff. So anyway, last but not least, I have the Calligraphy Made Easy book. Also, I bought this at Walmart, but I do have it linked, an Amazon link to it in my description boxes. So here is the M. Again, a little bit of an underturn like we just saw. And then our heavy down, light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. They're not really doing a balanced letter below here, but again here they're purposely keeping, I think it's a style choice, they're purposely keeping their two humps different heights. So I don't know, I feel like that would just kind of look messy to me. I do like the width and the pointiness of these. They're not too fat, they're not too thin. So, all right, and then let's see if there's an alternate to that. Who knew there was so much style in an M? Okay, yeah, here we've got a very stylized M. So they're starting way down low, coming up and doing a loop. So if you've added the loop to some of your other letters, the K, the L, definitely you want to think about coming in this direction and keeping that loop in your font as often as possible. Then there, I don't know what, I don't know what's going on there. They've got a very spread out, very uneven couple of humps there for their M. So no surprise, I'm not really digging that one. But all right, so I am going to do my entry. Let's start with the one that I actually ended up with for last year. So the one that I practiced and developed last year. So no surprise, did my normal entrance stroke like I've done on a lot of my letters, starting at midline and doing a little bit of an overturn. There we go. So that's basically what I ended up practicing last year. Now some of the other things that we've seen, also my separation point is not way down here, so it starts to go into W territory. My separation point is up here about midline, where I start to separate the humps. I can try a separation down low, so I don't care for that at all. Okay, we could try keeping the heights at different places. So coming up on that one, bringing this one about near that high, and then bringing this one even lower. So that's interesting. I could possibly get behind that. There's the bounce lettering version. Oh, I know the other one I wanted to try, which was keeping that center one. That's okay. That's okay, but I don't know. It looks like a lowercase m trying to be a capital M to me, rather than a full-on capital M. So then there was the one where they had lower in the middle. Let's see, how did they do that? They did. See, it just looks, I don't know, it just looks uneven to me, like I couldn't make up my mind what I was gonna do. So I'm gonna practice the M that I ended up liking last year, and I just don't have a reason to change. I liked it. So nope, I don't care for that. I don't need it. If you're having trouble with your separation point, you can do like I did, where you actually lift your pen. So you don't have to keep your pen on the paper and start way down here. You can come up closer to where you want to separate and just start there. And that may help you out a little bit with that form. Right now I feel like my M is kind of wide. I think I want to try to skinny it up just a little bit. So that one's fat and that one's thin. I definitely like them to be more even. So here I was playing with a little bit of a curve rather than a sharp, hard change in direction. And I think because I've got these two humps, I like that a little bit better than this hard, sharp change in direction. So I'm gonna keep with that. All right, so let's try it with a word. Let's try meds. On my S there. That's not bad. I like that. You can definitely see the angle on the M and the angle on the upright portion of the D are exactly the same. So that's what you're going for. That consistency is what makes it look practiced and polished. And you can already see that if I stopped there, I'd have an N. So if you've fallen behind, practice the M or the N, I think, but I don't think you need to practice both because they're basically just the same. So. You need to be careful. Right there, it looks very, you can see where I put my pen back down versus this one. So I need to be careful when I do that. All right, let's try mobs. So again, I pick the words. I try for an average of 4 letters. I try to get through all of the 26 lowercase letters if I possibly can, although I don't think we have an X, a Y, or a Z. We got a Y, but we don't have an X or a Z. We had those last week. I get through as many of them as I can. Sometimes all I can do is add an S on the end, which I figure is okay if it's not every single time, but I'm working on my S, so you don't have to add the S on there if you like your S. And that way you'll have a 3-letter word instead of a 4-letter word, and you'll be able to get more M's on there. So anyway, let's try mobs. Yeah, I'm liking that discovery with the S. It's helping it feel more slanted so it feels like it goes better with the rest of the letters. Hi, buddy. Hi. Keep going, I can't see. Go look out the window for a little bit. Oh, are you hungry? Yes, mommy. You can't see. Come over. Let me finish this line and then we'll go get you lunch, okay? Come on, go over. Go look out the window. So I'm guessing his tail is going in front of the lens of the camera and making it unfocused on what I'm doing. So I'm gonna feed him some lunch and I'll be right back. Okay, lunch is being devoured, so we can continue hopefully uninterrupted. Or maybe you guys hope for more interruptions, I don't know. Fun fact I was thinking about as I was practicing mobs, that's actually a slang term for monsters in RPG games, role-playing games. So if you ever played, I played a lot of MMORPGs, which is massively multiplayer online role-playing games. We always referred to the monsters as mobs. So you have to let me know in the comments if you're familiar with that use of the word. Okay, so let's try a month that we might find ourselves writing in our planners quite frequently. March. Not bad. I'm a little all over the place on where I hit my baseline, going over it a few times here and there. So the nice thing about writing on an unlined piece of paper is that kind of thing, that little bit of thing there won't jump out at you quite as much. So I like it. Okay, a couple descenders on this page. We've got the P in mop, the G in magi, and the Y in May. So we're gonna have a few entanglements, but we can work them out. All right, let's try mop. I could have put an S on there, but we already had 2 words ending in S, so. All right, I'm not gonna try to squeeze an M in there. I'll bring it over here. I don't know why, but between mop and magi, I keep seeing that Walt Disney movie where Mickey Mouse is making the, I think it's called, is it called Fantasia? You all would know. I'm not a huge Disney person, and our kiddo is in his 30s, way too old to watch Disney, but one where he's making the mops dance with the magic. I just keep seeing that scene. All right, so magi. I feel like my slant is a little out of control. I'm going to try to rein that in just a little bit. But again, I mean, as long as the slant in the M and the slant in the G especially, but the rest of the letters matches, it looks okay. Couldn't resist adding a C to the end of that last one. Okay, finally, let's try our other month. Let's try May. I would write that in my planner. There we go, another week in the books. There we go. I love that color combo. I love the striped washi down the side, the Beetlejuice washi, as I've come to think of it. I just love it. I'm so glad I went ahead and did it, even though it's only September. So here is last year. So you'll definitely see the change I made where I did less of an abrupt direction change on my M and went to a little bit more of a curved M. So I also was a little bit more gappy because I was keeping my pen on the page way down here, and it's harder to keep that separation starting low, in my opinion. So I'm pleased with the changes I made. I think it's giving me a bit more consistency. So good luck with your M. Please do know that the YouTube algorithm counts comments and likes and subscribes each as their own separate thing. So even if you just comment an exclamation point or a smiley face, in addition to liking and subscribing, that helps me out with the algorithm. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you.